a new kind of terrorism is taking place and it is being developed where there is no sound, but it is a very poisonous. This Kerala story exposes them, exposes such type of terrorism.
केरल स्टोरी ये चुनाव के से जोड़कर मत लीजिए। एक सामाजिक समस्या है, सामाजिक समस्या का निरूपण है।
A controversy.
कहाँ गया आपका सेंसर बोर्ड? तो केंद्र सरकार के अधीन है। आपने क्यों ऐसी फिल्म को, जिसको आप प्रतिबंधित करने की बात आज आप टैक्स फ्री कर रहे हैं कहीं कहीं?
A communal showdown.
एक देश का प्रधानमंत्री जो अंबेडकर के बनाए हुए संविधान पर ओथ लेता है, 130 करोड़ जनता का प्रधानमंत्री है, और एक पिक्चर को प्रमोट करते हैं वो भी झूठी।
Is this the real Kerala story?
इस दुनिया को सिर्फ अल्लाह चलाता है।
Or mere hate propaganda?
एक सनसनीखेज घटना ने केरला की रूह तक को हिला दिया है।
The Kerala story storm. Top focus on 6 p.m. Prime.
Good evening. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Akshita, Nandagopal. And the big breaking update that's just come in amid that controversy and the political showdown over the Kerala story is the Mamata government announcing that they are banning the film, directing all multiplexes to stop screening immediately, citing law and order. The courts have cleared it, the censor board has cleared it, and yet now you have state governments taking the call to ban this film. We're going to be getting you details of that big controversy. The headlines, as always, first. After Prime Minister says the anti-India plot has been exposed in the Kerala story, AIMIM chief hits out. OVC says Prime Minister Modi is promoting a film based on lies.
एक देश का प्रधानमंत्री जो अंबेडकर के बनाए हुए संविधान पर ओथ लेता है, 130 करोड़ जनता का प्रधानमंत्री है, और एक पिक्चर को प्रमोट करते हैं वो भी झूठी।
Karnataka campaign officially ends. It's over to the voters now. Can BJP retain seats? Will the Congress return? And will JDS play kingmaker again? 48-hour countdown officially begins to voting day. BJP moves election commission against Sonia's sovereignty remarks. Sonia promised to uphold Karnataka sovereignty. Prime Minister hits out, calls it Congress's tukre-tukre mindset. Facing heat, Bajrang Punia backpedals on Bajrang Dal post after spate of abuses and online attacks. Wrestler blames his social media team.
ने एक सोशल मीडिया पे पोस्ट किया था जिसमें लिखा था कि मैं बजरंगी हूँ, बजरंग दल का समर्थन कर दूँ। बाद में डिलीट हो गया।
वो मेरी टीम के द्वारा किया गया क्योंकि मैं पूरे दिन बिजी रहता हूँ और वो मेरी टीम के द्वारा किया गया है।
Days after violence, Manipur remains on the edge. Over 54 killed in clashes. The Supreme Court asked the centre and state to look into relief and rehabilitation measures on priority. And MiG-21 fighter jet crashes in Rajasthan's Hanumangarh, killing 4 civilians. Pilot escapes unhurt. The IAF has ordered an inquiry. So after Mamata Banerjee has said that this film will not be screened because there's an attempt to defame the people of Kerala, let's get you the first reaction from the makers of the Kerala story. You've got producer Vipul Shah now reacting, saying that if such steps are indeed being taken, we will pursue legal action. And this is something that the makers will now explore. Remember that even before its release, in the Supreme Court, in the Madras High Court, in the Kerala High Court, there were petitions against this film, all of which was dismissed as the top court and every other judge maintained that this film must release, considering freedom of expression. But that is something that's been breached clearly in Bengal with this announcement. And so Vipul Shah has said, we will approach court if we need to.
If that is what she has done, then we will again take a legal action. Whatever is possible under the provisions of law, we will fight that. If that is what she has done, then we will again take a legal action. Whatever is possible under the provisions of law, we will.
So with Bengal banning now the Kerala story, let's get your reactions coming in. Sukanta Majumdar of the Bengal BJP, the chief of the Bengal BJP, is joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Sukanta Majumdar, good evening. Your reactions to Mamata Banerjee announcing that the Kerala story will not be screened anywhere in Bengal.
So this is the hypocrisy of our opposition, because they most of the time advocate for the freedom of speech, now the question should bombard towards them, should be bombarded towards them, why this freedom of speech is going now. So first of all, this is the thing, and the second thing is that the Mamata Banerjee is surrendering, anti-LP is surrendering to the radical Islamic element present in the state of West Bengal. Already Mamata Banerjee divided this state along the demography, that some areas are the Hindu area and some areas are the Muslim area. So that is the mindset of the Mamata Banerjee, and that's why every time she is surrendering to this radical Islam. Even few months ago, when the Nupur Sharma incident,
how are you saying, Mr. Sukanta Majumdar, that she's pandering or giving in to Islamist elements? Are you then saying that yes, there's a communal angle to this film? Because that's what Mamata Banerjee is saying, and she's saying that could lead to a potential law and order problem.
No, see, that some Islamic, radical Islamic organization is saying that, demanding that. The thing is that a few months ago, when the Nupur Sharma incident broke out, at that time, the national highway was jammed by these radical Islamist goons. But Mamata Banerjee's police stood there for more than 11 hours. They could not do anything. Why? It is the duty of the police to maintain the law and order. You can't blame other people. You have the duty to maintain the law and order. This is the freedom of speech. In West Bengal, there are several poems. Even the TMC backing those intellectuals, they are writing Bengali poem humiliating Bhagavan Ramchandra, Ramayana, Hindu culture. Every day they are doing that. So nothing is no state has been given by the Mamata Banerjee.
Okay, Mr. Sukanta Majumdar, thank you very much for joining us here on India Today. So the BJP is saying that this is Mamata Banerjee pandering and answering, in fact, to some of the demands that some radical Islamist groups have made of banning the Kerala story. I want to take this across to Indrajit for more details. Indrajit, surprising move by Mamata Banerjee, really, considering that before the release of this film, it passed the Supreme Court hurdle in the Kerala High Court, Madras High Court. There were petitions filed against this film, left, right and centre. But very clearly, every court said that the freedom of expression must be upheld. How exactly has Mamata Banerjee really justified this decision?
Well, Akshita, surprising indeed, because you would remember last time when the Kashmir files had released, there was a similar controversy. However, the West Bengal government did not ban that film then. So, therefore, the question arises that why now and why this film, the Kerala story, which doesn't have any connection with Bengal, why is it that Mamata Banerjee government chose to ban this film? Now, I have with me the statement that has been given by the West Bengal government.
Indrajit, my apologies for interrupting, but joining us now on this broadcast is the BJP IT cell chief, Amit Malviya. Amit Malviya, your first reaction to the news coming in now of Mamata Banerjee banning the Kerala story in Bengal. No multiplex will screen it in Bengal. Apologies, we've lost the connection with Amit Malviya. We'll reconnect with him and get you his reaction. But Indrajit, go ahead. You were reading out to us the statement from the government.
Yes, that's right. The West Bengal government states that the film Kerala story has been banned in West Bengal to maintain peace and harmony in the state, fearing that the scenes shown in this movie could be dangerous to peace and order in the state. The screening of the film has been banned in all districts across the state, including Kolkata. The decision of the state administration is to maintain peace and order. So clearly, the state government apprehends that there can be some law and order issue if the film is allowed to be screened. Remember, the film has released. It's running across screens here in West Bengal as well, apart from the rest of the country. No untoward incident has been reported till now. But obviously, there is an apprehension which has been expressed by the Chief Minister herself. We showed her her statement just a short while back. In fact, she has also alleged that there is a propaganda, there is a plan that is afloat to make a film on Bengal, similar lines with Kashmir files. And she said this is going to be on concocted facts, on a distorted reality.
Lashed out at the Mamata government over this decision to ban the Kerala story at a time when the BJP has been holding multiple screenings. has been endorsing the movie. Now you've got, in fact, Mamata Banerjee banning the film, and Anurag Thakur has said that this right here is the opposition's real face that's been exposed. Let's play out that exclusive conversation for you.
The opposition parties are calling the Kerala story a propaganda piece. But Union Minister Anurag Thakur believes this is a film which everyone really needs to watch, especially the women of the country, because this is the reality. Mr. Thakur, you are saying that this is the reality, it's not propaganda. Now, West Bengal Chief Minister, being a woman, has banned the film in West Bengal. Do you think this is something that these parties should not be doing?
Let me first say this, that this exposes the ISIS agenda, who for their recruitment, how they lure the Indian women and the girls in the name of love towards their recruitment drive to get into the terrorist activities. Everyone must see this movie to understand the agenda of those terrorist outfits who, operates globally, but they do the recruitment drive in India, in some part of India. Kerala, which is a God's own country, it's a beautiful state. But with the blot of this kind of recruitment drive being taken there, and how the girls are lured in the name of love and get into that kind of area, from there where they can't return. When they get into that kind of thing, there's no homecoming. And I think it opens up your eyes, like what is going on. And most of the girls will correlate that how people get after them, how they lure them, how they get, them into a love kind of situation. But then they take the advantage of that situation and leave them nowhere. And they make them, be part of the agenda which is against the humanity, which is against the India. And I'll request all the families, if they can go to the theaters and see this movie, to understand this nexus of the terrorist organizations. But I'm sorry to say, the step taken by the West Bengal Chief Minister, I wish if she would have taken a step against those people who were involved, who were involved in the rape and the killing of a small girl child. Sometime back we have seen the video, how her body was dragged. Unfortunately, Mamata ji did not took any step in that right direction, but she banned the movie. Why is she taking away the right of the West Bengal people to see the reality of this ISIS and the people who are behind the agenda of promoting the terrorist activities? So now my question to the Congress, Communist and the Trinamool Congress is, are they with these organizations who have the agenda to lure women into the terrorist activities? Or they with the people who want to create more awareness about such recruitment drive and the terrorist activities? Well, will they like to promote the films like this so that people are more aware about this agenda, or their appeasement politics will keep them away and restrict them not to showcase this movie? The world is waiting to see on which side they will stand. The history, people will remember when the Kashmir file came, what was their stand? When the Kerala story came, what is their stand? I think people notices each and everything, and this appeasement politics will not take them anywhere. Let us save the girl child. Let us save our India from these terrorists, and let us create more awareness among the masses of the ISIS agenda and these kind of love kind of agenda which is taking them into the terrorist kind of activities. Thank you.
Anurag Thakur very clearly saying the fact that this is a propaganda by the opposition parties, not by the BJP, but what's shown in the film, the Kerala story, is actually happening in the country, and we need to be very, very aware of it. With camera person Kripal Singh, this is Aishwarya Paliwal reporting for India Today. The opposition party...
Anurag Thakur there speaking to India Today, saying that this really exposes Mamata Banerjee's hypocrisy and questioned why the film has been banned right now. You're seeing a lot of politics that's playing out over this issue, because as I mentioned, most of the opposition parties right now have questioned the Kerala story, saying it's nothing but propaganda. And it's along those lines that Mamata Banerjee has said, I will not allow this film to release in the state, citing a law and order issue. Indrajit, You're tracking the latest on this story. Can you tell us that so far, considering this film actually released a few days ago on Friday, since then to today, was there any sort of law and order issue that really broke out in Bengal that explains this move by Mamata Banerjee?
Well, no, Akshita, we haven't heard of any, law and order situation, any untoward incident being reported from across the state where this film is being screened, especially here in capital Kolkata. No, we haven't heard of anything of that sort, and that's precisely the reason why the decision is very, very surprising. Because as I said, there were some sporadic reports that were coming in when the film Kashmir Files was released in West Bengal. That time, the Mamata Banerjee government did not decide to ban the film. Yes, there was opposition and the Trinamool Congress leaders did speak about it. But this time on, with Kerala story, Mamata Banerjee was very vocal today. She said that she is protesting against this film. This is defaming the citizens of Kerala and the state. And she said that the CPIM, the ruling establishment there, they should be the ones who should be taking this film on. Instead, it is Mamata Banerjee who is have to, take this fight on. So we'll have to wait and see as to how the CPM here reacts. But Mamata Banerjee clearly taking a political stance here. Her government, of course, says that this is due to law and order issues. That's why the government has decided to ban, because there is an apprehension that if the film is continued to allowed to be screened across theatres in Bengal, there might be some amount of law and order issues, given that there are some scenes. That's exactly what is being stated in the statement that has been released by the West Bengal government.
Mamata Banerjee announcing that the Kerala story will not be screened in any theatre in her state, in the state of Bengal, essentially announcing a ban on the Kerala story. Mamata Banerjee has claimed that this is because of a potential law and order issue in the state. If this film is screened, that it could create communal hatred between two groups. So to maintain peace in Bengal, this decision has been taken by the government. A directive has been sent across to all multiplexes, to all theatres in Bengal, to stop the screening of the film immediately. Let me remind you that already in the state of Tamil Nadu, similar step has been taken, where it's not been referred to as a ban outright, but essentially the Stalin government has said that we want to maintain law and order, and hence we're taking a step of not allowing this film to be screened. Let me play out for you right now what Mamata Banerjee said.
Why this Kashmir Files? To humiliate one section. What is this Kerala Files? Though I don't support the CPM people, I am talking about the people. I am not talking about the CPM party, because they are working with BJP. Instead of me, it was their duty to criticize it. But they work together. I'm sorry. I will request the state government chief minister. Very sad that your party is working with BJP. And that BJP is showing the Kerala Files a distorted stories. Even since few days ago, since now, the party nominated some stars nominated by BJP, funded by BJP. They came to Bengal also, and along with some distorted stories, the concocted stories, they are preparing a film, Bengal Files. If they can prepare the Kashmir Files to condemn the Kashmiri people, what is the fault of the people? We respect each and everybody. That is our constitution. Now they defame the Kerala also, Kerala people also, Kerala state also. Then they will every day they are defaming their narrative to defame the Bengal also.
Curtains on Karnataka election campaign. Prestige battle for Congress and BJP. Movie stars join vote hunt. Sovereignty showdown in Karnataka. All eyes on May 10 voting. Major focus at 6:30 with Nabila Jamal.
A very good evening. You're watching India Today State Award Karnataka. I'm Nabila Jamal, right in front of the power center here, the Vidhan Sauda, where all politicians as of today, all the big parties are struggling to come to power at this very place. The Vidhan Sauda, the iconic building that's now waiting to decide, in fact, waiting to receive the newly formed government, which we'll know on the 13th of May. As finally, campaigning has come to an end today. It's curtains down for all the netas to withdraw from the high-octane and high-energy campaign that they've pulled off in terms of road shows, rallies, public meetings and all kinds of creative gigs that they pulled off to appeal for votes. Today was the last day and a last-ditch effort made by these netas to ensure that they try and convert all that support that they may have into actual votes. 10th of May is the voting in barely 2 days' time. 48 hours before voting begins, campaigning has come to a complete halt, and that's precisely what I'm going to bring to you. Let's have a quick look at these visuals. As we see, all the bigwigs, both from the BJP as well as the Congress, have held road shows in full swing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, we saw all these days pulling off a road show with huge fanfare, quite much of that admiration that we saw of the Prime Minister on ground, with the kind of lakhs of people who gathered to get one glimpse of him. Apart from that, we also saw Sonia Gandhi, who was in parts of Karnataka, Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi. For the first time, the Gandhis collectively have been part of Karnataka's election campaign together. For the first time, the entire Gandhi family have descended, at least in years that we haven't seen them. This time around, it appears that the Gandhis have really realized, it appears, that this is a matter of survival for the Congress. It's a do-or-die situation for the Congress. To win in Karnataka is integral for them. It's important for them, and so it is for the BJP. We saw all the bigwigs, including BJP's chief, JP Nadda, who in fact led the charge for the BJP. Back-to-back grand road shows of JP Nadda as well. All the fiery rallies that we saw rolling out on the streets of Bengaluru. The Congress too, as I mentioned, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, but Rahul Gandhi this time we saw doing quite a different campaign of sorts. He pulled off a campaign where he was on a BMTC bus, he was in a bike spinning across city roads, you know, a delivery agent, a Swiggy delivery agent's bike that he hopped on to try and connect with people one-on-one. So we saw really interesting visuals coming in on the last day of campaigning. BK Shivkumar in Kanakpura. In Channapatna, grand roadshow that was pulled off by H.D. Kumaraswamy. We saw Sudeep coming out as a star campaigner, campaigning in Shikaripura. These are the people, including B.S. Yadurappa, all in their respective constituencies, who carried out a massive roadshow only for a last appeal for voters. I'm going to cut across to all the reactions that have come in right from the start of the day, on the final day of campaigning, right here in this state.
ये मुस्लिम आरक्षण गैर संवैधानिक था। संविधान की कोई भी धारा धर्म के आधार पर आरक्षण को सहमत नहीं, और वो जो 4% दिया था वो जिनका अधिकार था उनका छीन कर दिया। इसलिए हम इसको बता रहे हैं कि कांग्रेस किस प्रकार से यहाँ तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति करती है।
खुलेआम धमकी देते हैं, कहते हैं कि अगर ये जीत नहीं होते तो कर्नाटका को मोदी जी का आशीर्वाद नहीं मिलेगा। कहते हैं कि भाजपा हार गई तो यहाँ बहुत झगड़ा हो जाएंगे।
सबसे पहली बात अंजना जी, हम बजरंगबली को लेके नहीं आए। कौन लेके आया? कांग्रेस पार्टी लेकर के आई। तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति कौन करता है? कांग्रेस पार्टी करती है। डिवाइड एंड रूल, ये बेसिक प्रिंसिपल किसका है? कांग्रेस पार्टी का है। उन्होंने बजरंग दल को बैन करने की बात कही, बजरंगबली को तो वो लेकर के आए।
सब के सब लोगों ने कहा कि कर्नाटक की सरकार 40% कमीशन चोरी की सरकार है। इस बार डबल इंजन चोरी हुई है। जहां भी देखो स्कैम के बाद स्कैम।
All right, we saw all the big wigs, as we saw also locally the leaders from Karnataka. B.S. Yadurappa, who campaigned for his son B.Y. Vijendra. We saw Kicha Sudeep, in fact, was fully batting for B.Y. Vijendra in his constituency, Shikaripura. These were all the star campaigners who came together for the BJP, including actors Tara Anuradha. Let me cut across to those reactions as Yadurappa, the real main man for the BJP in the state, spoke exclusively to India Today.
101% we are going to win about 135 seats, and in Shikaripur Taluk, Vijayana is going to get more than 50,000 margin, and entire state is because of Modi ji and Amit Shah ji, people are supporting us like anything, and we are going to form the government.
And sir, what about your son Vijendra?
Vijendra is going to get about 50,000 margin vote.
All right. On the other hand, we do know that the Congress is really feeling elated with all this kind of visible support that they are gaining. It appears that they are on an all-time high, considering a lot of the internal surveys showed the Congress having an edge this time. But of course, Prime Minister Modi and him arriving into Bengaluru city, all the roadshows that he pulled off across different parts of Karnataka really has, to a certain extent, changed the mood of Karnataka. Now, to what effect has it changed it electorally? We've got to wait and watch. But Rahul Gandhi was seen hopping on a BMTC bus. Priyanka Gandhi was campaigning in areas of Vijayanagar. These are the visuals that I captured a little earlier from today. Let's have a look. That's the last end of the Congress's campaign for Priyanka Gandhi. She's in Vijayanagar as she wraps up in Bengaluru, Karnataka. This is the first time that all the Gandhis, including Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, all of them at once in the state of Karnataka, they're really hoping to push for votes in this state where they hope to come back to power.
We are very confident and we are very hopeful. Unfortunately, I am not a predictor of numbers. I can only say that the response that we have got from the public, and as you heard in this very meeting, they want an end to corruption. This government has made itself known only by the epithet 40% Sarkara.
Of course, it's in the face of the mighty BJP that the Congress is now wanting to come back in the southern state. It is a matter of relevance, of importance. Karnataka is a very important area for the Congress, be it the BJP, of course. The Congress is a matter of absolute survival. Winning this state really will push Congress to relevance and back in action for 2024. This is a stage that will be set for the Congress party. People of Karnataka are also only hoping that it is a stable government. We don't want a hung assembly. We don't want another alliance situation where it breaks off and the government collapses. We've seen what happened in 2018, and that's the only pulse I catch here of voters on ground in Karnataka, that if anything, they just want a stable government. Let's hope that happens and your wish is granted. With camera person Prashant, this is Nabila Jamal signing off for India Today, Bengaluru. All right, now I'm going to cut across your big breaking news coming in as the campaigning has ended right here in Karnataka. This 6 p.m. is the last, and we've got you captured all the grand rallies and the shots that we showed you were from campaigns of different netas. But all along the month, the Election Commission has been super busy in cracking down on any kind of illegal activities, be it money being distributed to voters to capture votes, or any kind of freebies that are doled out. What kind of seizures has the Election Commission made? And here's India Today bringing you a total viewpoint of the Election Commission seizure. This is the big breaking that we're tracking here. 7 crores that have been seized in total. In the last 24 hours itself, it appears there's been a lot of money that was seized by the Election Commission, of which they've given us an information, given a clear press release where they've stated at least 7 crores has been seized in the last 24 hours itself. In total, the seizure in total in the last month or so, ever since the Election Commission came into effect, the Model Code of Conduct came into effect, and they've been cracking down on any kind of illegalities here. It appears that 375 crores of seizure has been made in total. 375 crores in total. 2,896 FIRs that has been lodged since March 29th. This is also an information that we've got in the last month or so. Since March 29th, in fact, we believe that 2,896 FIRs have been filed, and also 69,000 odd arms deposited. Well, this is the Election Commission that have done their work effectively and ensured they've cracked down on any kind of illegalities. 375 crores, not a small amount. We know the kind of money that's been transacted. Of course, various parties indulging in this. This is the Election Commission, almost cracking down and warning these parties that indulging in instances like this is only going to ensure that they will be in prison. None of this is tolerated. All right, now as we have that information, let me cut across to our final story here, my ground report with a bunch of students, young students in Karnataka who are doing everything that they can to motivate people to come out and vote. This was their way of holding a nukkad play where they enacted some netas of different political parties. They also tried to show what are the real concerns of people on ground and how netas are totally disconnected from the actual issue. Here is a quick look at some of those students who spoke to me as well as they enacted their play in college. It's amazing to see the energy on ground in Karnataka as the young voters are so opinionated, have a lot to say about Karnataka elections and of course the kind of perception that it would set for 2024 national elections. The Lok Sabha elections also coming in barely a year's time, and we have the youth here wanting to convey quite a lot to our netas. Let me cut across to our Kannadigas first here. Karnataka is going to elections. Are you all excited? Yes! That's it. Okay, tell me more about what you're looking forward for your state.
One thing is I'm hoping that there's going to be better infrastructure, and I want them to improve the metro so the transportation can be way easier.
Metro is also already on its way, but last mile connectivity seems to be a struggle for Bengaluru.
Exactly. So if they make plans to expand it, it's going to be really helpful, especially for universities like this, which is like in the outskirts of the city. So, it's going to be very helpful for the students.
So if you want to get to a far-flung area in Bengaluru, even if you take a metro, it does not have last mile connectivity. So you have to still hop onto another vehicle, still hop onto your public transport or a private vehicle to get there. What would be your vision for Karnataka?
One thing is, especially infrastructure, and the other thing is I would want better internet service should be provided by the government.
Better internet service? That's interesting. Why don't we have good internet here?
No, because basically the Karnataka facing a lot of internet issues because students are facing, have to do assignments and etc. anything. They need internet basically. So
you guys are spoiled by Presidency University. I see that very clearly.
Yeah, I would suggest about this, service to the citizens first of the Karnataka and slum areas. Obviously, even education sector has to be improved.
And the youth is so wise, I don't know, and then they have enough and more opinions to give. I'm not too sure if netas actually care to listen.
Ma'am, I feel like in the elections, it should be a coalition government at the end of the day because we have.
Oh, yeah, so you're not all for you're for coalition, even if there is.
Yeah, I'm pro coalition.
Basically a democratic setup. That's what we thrive on.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am, because we have we have amazing leaders who represent us, from the Prime Minister to the people who are in specific parties. They represent us really well. It's just their personal differences that get in the way during the time of elections.
I think coalition will also help decentralize power, right? Imagine one party one party in power through and through for how many decades? It probably gets to their head. Yeah?
Definitely, ma'am, because when they realize that their feelings, our human rights are way more important than their feelings, development will actually come through. And I feel like the Gen Z is understanding that now.
Thank you very much, you guys. I think this is the bright future that we're seeing of India. India is the youngest population in the world. And these are people who are finally, eventually going to shape the future of our country. So all the very best. Please do go cast your vote. This is Nabila Jamal signing off for India Today with my camera person Prashant, Bengaluru. All right, as we come to an end here, I'm going to leave you with this big breaking that came in right at the start of the day of the BJP actually filing an FIR, going all the way, attacking Sonia Gandhi for a sovereignty comment that she made. In fact, Sonia Gandhi, while speaking at a speech, has spoken about how the Congress, if they come to power, will be upholding the sovereignty of the state, which the BJP has now said that this is almost trying to say that the Karnataka is a separate state away apart from India, and almost making it look like an anti-India statement that Sonia Gandhi has made. The Congress is, of course, hit back at the Saffron clan. In fact, Congress is slamming the Prime Minister for not raking up actual issues that prevail in the state of Karnataka that actually affect Kannadigas, all the way from the 40% commission to violence in Karnataka, employment in Karnataka. This was the Congress's response to what the BJP has said. In fact, Sonia Gandhi had spoken about sovereignty and how the integrity of Karnataka will be upheld, speaking about Kannadiga's pride and whatnot. And this, the BJP has filed a complaint with the Election Commission saying this is almost trying to say that Karnataka is a separate state from India. It's almost separating the state, and an anti-national comment that Sonia Gandhi has made, which exposes the tukde nature of the Congress. This is Prime Minister Modi's statement as he spoke at the grand rally as he finished off the last day of campaigning today. All right, on that note, I'm going to wrap this bulletin here. Thank you so much for watching. India Today bringing you all the latest from ground in my election special, State Award Karnataka. This is me, Nabila Jamal, signing off with my camera person Prashant for India Today, Bengaluru.